they're all black characters, so we're showing the humanity of black people in various circumstances and social statuses and different positions and different human beings. There is a character who is very much part of that kind of road life, and I don't think we should shy away from that. But it's a very, very fine line. I think that sometimes, just in terms of audiences, we get from certain types of stories and certain types of characters, but I am a firm believer in that there is space for all of these stories to be told and all of these characters to be told.
Mental alchemy, mental alchemy, mental alchemy. SupaCell decoded, SupaCell explained. No spoilers, but I am going to decode the thing. Oh boy, and I'm gonna use these two books, Straight from the Heart, Melanin, What Makes People Black, Layla Africa, Jewel Fulcrum, to explain how powerful and how magnificent we are. What's up, family? What's the deal, man? Yeah, I'm excited about this one. So I seen the show Friday and Saturday. I think we binged it in 2 days, right? Friday and Saturday, watched the whole thing. And essentially, it was right on point, right on time. The first episode was kind of slow, but then that second episode, it picked up and we was like, all right, here we go. We here. So, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Just get past the first episode and you will make it. But an interesting thing about the show is that one, the idea of melanated beings all around the world, and really just ingratiating the understanding that we are all the same and we have some genetic makeup inside of us that can activate superpowers. And I ain't making it up, because y'all have these superpowers. The only problem is you tend to shit on it. You tend to say, oh, well, that's just something I do. I've been doing that. Oh, that ain't no superpower. That's just that's just my normal waking day life. This is just how I carry on with my day. That's a superpower. See, it don't have to be extreme as you moving objects with your mind or flying in the sky or having superhuman strength, which I will explain that a lot in a minute. But our intelligence, our mind, the neuromelanin in our mind activates some kind of venom, some kind of genius that we have to look out and evaluate. So I'm excited about this one, family. Hey, y'all know what it is. And what's up, Instagram family? If y'all on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, family. Come to the YouTube and get it on so we can get down with the get down. What's the deal, family? Peace to the tribes, peace to the gods. All right, so this is interesting also because 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, I had a client. She had sickle cell disease. And when she was telling me that, I went straight to the book, the Metaphysical Anatomy book, right? And we started looking up sickle cell and everything and just trying to understand the superpower that she had, because I knew it was something to it. Just intuitively speaking, something was going on with her energy that I had to let her know about, right? So long story short, we read something from the Metaphysical Book of Anatomy, but then we also looked up an article, and we read the whole article, and that bitch was off the chain, nigga. I'm talking about. I was like, oh, I told her, I said, girl, you are a guy. If she's in here, hey, shout out to the family. If you in here, let them know. We went through a whole conundrum, a whole powerful build. And I was like, God damn, you are absolutely magic. So I'm going to read this article to y'all real quick right now. And this is, let me share my screen so we can actually get down with it. This person, I think it's a female that wrote this too. Her name is, let me make sure I get her name because, we want to shout the family out. Feel me? We got to shout the family out. Her name is, Oh, she didn't put a name. I think it sounded like a female was reading it. So let me just, or writing it. So let me just read this, y'all. The power of sickle cell, the power of sickle cell, a metaphysical perspective. The power of sickle cell, a metaphysical perspective. Have you ever thought about the spiritual nature of sickle cell disease? What if I told you that people with sickle cell disease are more powerful than you think? Consider the imagery of the sickle in nature. The first thing we probably all think of is the moon. No, I wasn't thinking about that, goddess, but now that you put me on, hey, okay, turn up. You feel me? Hey, look, I gave the goddess a moon deity. We went on full moon rituals. I was giving her a whole bunch of plethora of work to do. You feel me? And tap in with. We was going into a whole nother zone of like, yeah, nigga, this is you got it, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about that. I feel you get weak at times, but come on, you pick that stuff up. Let's run it. You feel me? Because this is your superpower. Tap in during the full moon and the new moon and one of these crescent moons, and you got it. You feel me? Hey, we was going for it. It says, and then we can start to see the connections. The average lifespan of a blood cell is about 120 days, which is similar to the seasonal changes throughout the year. However, people with sickle cell carry moon energy. This moon has a cycle that lasts 14 days and then repeats, and in people with sickle cell disease, blood cells for about 2 weeks. So one of the books I told her to read is something that y'all all should read, Straight from the Heart, Jewel Poker. Now, y'all know Jewel don't play around with the information. The goddess is bad. You feel me? The elder. Shout out to the goddess, right? And this book is absolutely off the chain. And I'm going to read some stuff from here. Look, right to it. The red blood cells. You feel me? I'm going to read some stuff in here for the family as we decode or break down this SupaCell, right? And I'm not going to spoil it or nothing. I'm just going to tell y'all what's going on with their superpowers and how they're actually activating it according to spirit, according to our spirit. You feel me? And hey, this ain't no racist thing or nothing like that. It just is what it is. You feel me? I'm just a scientist. I just happen to be melanated. So shit, if you feel some type of way about it, sorry. If I was Caucasian, I wouldn't be mad. Be like, all right, y'all got it. How can I get in? Let me in. You feel me? And that's what it is. Okay, so it says the sun and moon and the masculine and feminine. Masculine and feminine energies exist in all things in nature. These energies do not necessarily have anything to do with gender or sexuality, but rather than the nature of their vibrations. So what vibration or energy does the moon carry in opposite of the sun? The sun represents the divine masculine. Masculine energy is about the structure and protection. It's foundational, strong, controlled, logical, and focused. Air and fire considered masculine elements. Masculine energy also represents light. Okay, so I went through this whole thing, and we know masculine energy is the sun, Heru, feminine energy, subconscious mind is the moon, right? And is Will in here? If Will's in here, I'm about to give it to him today, baby, because we was talking about the family structure and everything. Hey, if he want to join this live, I'm going to turn his ass up today. My nigga Will, my bro guy Will, shout out to him. Hey, don't come on this live and don't act like you can't hear me, nigga. I know you in here. You come on this live and get that ass whooped. You come on this live and get your ass whooped today, boy. What? Chaos in the blood. I got something for your ass. I was talking to him the other day. He was talking about the family. And he was going into a whole diatribe about that, which he's going to do a live all too. But y'all check that out too as well. It says the sun and moon work in tandem, balancing the masculine and feminine energies in the world. The moon also works with the ocean, and the earth is made up of 75% water. It is no wonder that people with sickle cell also have to drink a lot of water. What a coincidence. In many traditional mythological stories, the moon is a significant source of power. Even in today's fantasy tales, everything happens on the full moon. Werewolves and vampires find their powers and are hard to control, and they can get the best of them. Even in hospitals, many nurses say more admissions happen on the full moon. Hey, that ain't no lie, nigga. These kids be off the chain on that full moon. What? I'll be like, God damn, they be running rapids on that full moon. The kids, they turn up. I used to be a PE teacher back in the day. I used to remember that full moon time. Like, oh, they gotta be off the wall today. And sure enough, they jumping and bouncing off the wall. I'm talking about chaos style. I'm talking about bad behavior, horrible behavior. Shit, you had to you couldn't even sit them down. They was they was on your ass. You feel me? That full moon energy be real. So just understand, we are synced up, just like your circadian rhythm. We are synced up, right? Our bodies are just small mini Earths, and we're synced up with the planets, the stars. Y'all know the zodiac stuff, right? But you can override all of that, right, by just understanding how to control your specific energy, which we're going to get to, energy, emotions, that comes during them specific times. So a lot of people just let the music take them or the energy take them, right? Like they clone Tyrone. So it's the same thing with music. It's the same thing with the stars. It's the same thing with the moon and the sun. You don't let it control you. You control it. Your own universe. So if you're in control of your universe, of your earth, of your world, essentially you'll be able to carry out specific missions, right? Based on your emotional intelligence. So watch this. I'm gonna get to it. Watch how deep this hole. Hey, y'all light this thing up, because I'm telling you, this shit gonna get real strange. Okay, it says, let me go here. It says the sickle is a powerful yet seemingly contradictory symbol. As a sign of the harvest, the sickle provides sustenance. It's also wielding by the grim reaper, the harboring of death. The harboring of death. While death may scare some people, many aspects are transformative. For energy cannot be destroyed, only transferred. And the harvest is similarly transformative, removing crops from the field so so they can go on to serve their next purpose. The sickle cell gene is connected to the earth through a strong bond with Mother Nature. Mother Nature is transformative. Nothing is static, even rocks erode away. So yeah, understand it. And this article was off the chain. Like the stuff we read about it and started to tap into the moon and stuff like that, it went to a whole nother space of balancing out that energy, because essentially what happens in the sickle cell disease, they feel weak for a long period of time. But then when that moon comes on, they can kind of activate a particular superpower that turns them into monsters, moon stars. So in being turned on in the moon stars, you have to get into your mind power, your mental alchemy bag during that time, so you can activate a particular superpower that you may have. So I was telling the guys all of this. I said, hey, look, you actually a superhero, and you got to be able to use that sickle cell disease, right, that you have to your power, to your benefit. Because that's all it is you tapping into your divine knowing, right? And I get it, the human is weighs down on melanated people a lot, right? But that's the point. And I'm gonna show y'all and prove it to you right now. That's the point. You want the human to weigh down on you, because if you are sitting comfortably and in a space of not feeling this stress, right, then you're never going to get to your superpowers, essentially, right? So yeah, y'all go to sicklecellgenius.com, sicklecellgenius.com. I think it was a female that wrote that article. Absolutely phenomenal. And I just did a consultation with a sickle cell goddess. And I said, nigga, you are tapped in. I told her go fuck with the god, the lunar moon goddess. I said running on full moons. We just went into a whole diatribe and told her, hey, go get this book straight from the heart. Because that blood essentially is a gene code for you. All right, so y'all know the movie. It says in South London, a group of normal people suddenly develop superpowers, and the only apparent connection between them is that they are all black. As they deal with the impact of their powers on their daily lives, one man must bring them together. SupaCell. That's how my eyes look, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, my eyes be like bloodshot. Red, yellow. I look like I'm high all the time. You feel me? I be looking crazy, nigga. What? My eyes be looking crazy. I be looking like one of them Avatar people. Looking real gone. What? After the sky's my shit, so they won't pick me up. You feel me? They'll pick me up. I was in jail one time. The dude, the security, whatever, the officer, like, you high? I just got in that bitch. It was probably, I was in that hole for probably 3 hours. He still was telling me, am I high? Like, nigga, no, I'm not high, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? He kept on trying to, get on my ass. White dude too. So, I was, my young ass at that time, I'm thinking of all kind of shit. Wait until I get out. I'm following your ass home. You feel me? Niggas was on that demon time back then. You feel me? He was because he was on my ass. He was like, yeah, you look drunk and high and everything. And they had ran tests on me. I said, nigga, I'm not high, nigga. I kept on telling him, I said, this is just how I look. You feel me? I was sitting there telling them the truth. Niggas was you doing me bad, boy. Then I had this other situation. I'm fucking 20. You feel me? Going to a female crib or whatever in their apartments or whatever. It's in the hood and shit. And I'm driving through the gate and everything. I ain't even seeing the undo. I'm just driving. It's kind of dark outside. I'm trying to go, you know what time it is. My mirrors are fogged up, so I can't see nothing. I park. Undo cop. Somebody tapped my window. I'm like, damn, I'm about to get robbed or something. I was like, oh shit, what's going on? I rolled down my window. It was a white dude, 2 white dudes. Gun to my head. As I said, oh, I was so mad. He was like, we was telling you to stop. We was trying to stop you. We was telling you to stop. Blah, blah, blah. And then I wasn't smoking. I didn't smoke no weed or nothing, right? You look high. I'm like, nigga, I am not high. This is just how I look, boy. Nah, you high. Get out the car. Ooh, I was so mad. He didn't smell nothing in the car. If I knew that I wasn't gonna play with them boys. I said, all right, fuck it. Let me get out the car. Fuck it. You feel me? If I would have known that shit, right? Like I have rights too or whatever. I still would have got out the car. Fuck that. Because them boys was undercovers. That all black town, what was that? That Crown Vic, just all black. They didn't have no alarm or nothing. You feel me? Just all black. Got out the car, man. They swear up and down. They searching me. They hoping they find something. Nope. But they got me on that high shit. So we got them eyes, family. Our eyes are just made like that. Some of us, you feel me? And essentially, we just gotta, deal with people hating on us, essentially. You feel me? Because that's what it is. All right, so this is all about Bobby. Bobby went to London. I can't make it up. Bobby went to London back in the day and did a fabulous, fantastic lecture over there in London, right? and he broke, he's just breaking everything down, right? And just essentially he just said, we're all the same. Don't worry about what landmass we're on. You feel me? Uh, the continental shift happened. Y'all melanin is activated too. It's just something a little bit more stranger in the West with the specific entertainment program circus thing that we're in. You feel me? So since we're in this illusion of being somebody, right, with the ego in the West, right, with this left brain prisoner thing, I am somebody, right? Instead of like them people in the East where they feel like they're nobody, especially like the Asian Hindu mythologies, they're just actually fall into that science of Mr. Nobody, or being absolutely nobody, no thing, like no physical body, and you're a nobody. Instead of falling into that spectrum of thought, right, we fall into the illusionary Instagram and the glamour. You feel me? But the reverse card, the glamour makes us superhumans. SupaCell, shit. Y'all, I can't make it up. Look at our sports, basketball, football, whatever, anything. Look at our music. It's the same thing. It takes over the whole world. So what is that? So there, you can't shit on the glamour. You just gotta observe it, right? Observe what's going on and understand, like, nigga, these niggas get into it. You feel me? I can't make it up. You see, when you look at it like, oh, that's wrong, and it could be morally wrong, and it could be morally fucked up or whatever, some kind of energy, like they got some kind of demon time energy, right? But some of this stuff you got to really look at with a keen eye and say, how the fuck did they do that so fast? You feel me? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, that's some supernatural shit. You feel me? Like, some of my hood partners, I used to be in amazement. These niggas used to get into everything. They had that invisible energy. Nigga, I had my nigga Namdi. This nigga, I swear, this nigga used to get into concerts, clubs, everything for free. I used to be like, Namdi, how the fuck you get in here? Nigga, they just charged us $30. Hey, shit. Nigga was invisible, nigga. Hey, I know y'all got a partner like that. You'd be like, what the fuck? How'd you make it over here so fast? Invisible cloak energy. Them boys used to be here and there just like that. It was crazy. That's what we got, family. So now you can't put it into the supernatural, right? You got to look at the talent that we're exuding right now. You feel me? We're exuding a specific talent that is genius to the world over here in the West. So really honing into what happened to us in the West is the stress factor, which I'm gonna give y'all a whole bunch of plays and understandings of that, so you can understand how to move and turn on your superpower as well. Because look, hey, I just can't make it up. It's time to stop playing games. This science right here that we have, if you still playing around with it, then that's on you. I can't make it up. I'm about to tell you exactly what to do to cut on your superpower. Exactly. If you don't cut it on, that's on you. You feel me? It ain't on nobody else but you. Because you're playing the human thing instead of playing the God thing, you need to get with this SupaCell stuff that we're about to get into and really turn that thing on. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing else to do but that. So Bobby, shout out to Bobby. He did a fabulous job, and I want to play a little bit of his lecture real quick. Let me play just a little bit of it. And hey, look, I put some scenes in it. Bobby just had me laughing. You feel me?
But what it is in the Western civilization, they teach you the observing. So a lot of times when it comes to the way we look at things, they'll give you the equation first, other than the right brain. And they give you the right brain second. So the equation is the left brain. You see what I'm saying? The observing is the right brain. You see, is the right brain. So that's how that is. Most artists are right brain.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like take for instance,
you'll see left-handers as well, isn't it?
Yeah, left-handers. I'm a lefty.
Yeah. So you use more of your right brain.
Exactly. I'm a lefty. Obama's a lefty. Okay. And stuff like that. Jimi Hendrix was a lefty.
Yeah.
You see, and so I learned how to cook about 14 years ago. Why? Because I was a vegetarian. And I went on a mission to make that food taste awesome. So I had to learn how to cook real good, and I get it all out of here. And so when I got back, when I left the vegetarianism, my food still remained top notch, but I cooked from the taste buds.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I cook from the spirit. I just know what to do. I just know what to do. And so what it was is we had this Indian thing for a while. We was going out to Indian restaurants. And then so I started buying all the curries and the different things like that and the masalas. And we stopped going to Indian restaurants because my Indian food started tasting better than the ones that they was cooking.
Yeah.
And so what happened is I can go into a restaurant and taste the food one time and go back and
make it better than theirs.
So I got a friend.
That nigga Bobby. Straight up. Why that nigga Bobby so funny? That nigga, and that's real though. See, I ain't gonna laugh at the guy, but that's real. That nigga a superhero. You feel me? Some of y'all got that cooking gene too. You feel me? Some of y'all got that stuff. That nigga Bobby said, "Shit, I used to just eat food," and I said, "Nah, I can cook." And that nigga ain't no ingredients or nothing. He just a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Food is better. That nigga Bobby hilarious, boy. Hey, dog, watch this next clip. This nigga had me rolling. I was like, what? This nigga Bobby is too much. I had to put this in, dog.
My friend Ollie had a friend named Greg Smith. And so the brother graduated high school. He had a scholarship for basketball. They took his scholarship over the summer. So he went to college right up the street in the neighborhood of Francis Marion. And the next year he joined the Army and went and bought him a fucking, I think it was a Buick Regal. This is like 1978, about 30 years ago. 78, 79. So he decided he was going to drive from South Carolina to D.C. because his mother lived in Washington, D.C. And he was driving. And he said he remembered when it was a benchmark, a place where he remembered that he started off from at a certain point. I think it was like right at the line of North Carolina, where North Carolina and South Carolina meet, a place called Dillon. Okay. And so he was getting ready. So he crossed over into North Carolina, and nigga went to sleep at the wheel and drove for 3 hours sleep. Knocked the fuck out, snowing 3 hours.
The car didn't crash or anything?
The car didn't crash or anything. He drove for 3 hours and he woke up 3 hours later at some small town at a red light and a cop was like, brother, you all right? And it was 3 hours later. Now how did that happen? This nigga drove 3 hours sleep, dead sleep. Now what happened was, and I figured it out because we remember this and we used to laugh about this shit.
Look at Linda, she like, my husband crazy than she like, this nigga crazy than she like, hey, that's my Bobby. She like, God damn, she can't even believe it.
And I remember this. So what happened was, we used to laugh about this. And the last night, the spirit came and told me how he was able to do it. Now, when he was a child, they call it born with a veil or whatever, which is just a psychic term, whatever. He was a child. He used to have this man, a tall, dark-skinned man, used to run him. He used to always chase him. And he would be running in the neighborhood. He was a little boy just running. And this tall, dark-skinned man used to chase him. And his grandmother figured out that it was her ex-husband, that Greg didn't know, and it was his mother's father. And so she asked him and prayed to leave this boy alone. I believe when he fell asleep at the wheel in North Carolina, at the start of South of North Carolina, I think the grandfather who used to chase him came in the car and drove the car for his ass for 3 hours until this nigga woke up. Well, he didn't even wake up. The police woke his ass up and he was at a red light. Some amazing shit. I think that grandfather who used to terrorize him when he was a little boy came and got in the car and drove him.
That nigga Bobby is a G. Hey, that shit funny as hell, boy. I can't lie, dog. Don't play. Say, that nigga Bobby is hilarious, boy. That nigga said, yeah, I had a dream last night, and that was that nigga grandpa that came and drove that motherfucking car. And I said, goddamn, Bobby. Look, I made a video a long time ago. I can't remember what it was called, but basically it's just, the video was explaining, hey, you make everything your truth. Everything works for you, because essentially that's how you be in your own world and manipulate your world, manipulating your energy by you claiming shit and moving in that specific space of genius. Because yes, Bobby really had that dream and really said, oh yeah, that's it. That nigga got transported. And that's what it was. You feel me? That's what it is. Look, you're gonna talk about Stevie Wonder right here.
Same thing happened with Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder got in a wreck in North Carolina, was dying. And some entities came in the car, lifted him up, operated on him, and all this shit. Yeah, in North Carolina. You see.
Is that Stevie Wonder?
Yeah.
He's been to Mali, isn't it?
Yeah, not only there's been the Mali with the Dogon, there's a cave over there, and he could go every year. When he go in that cave, he could see.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could see. You see. But now North Carolina is the same place the guy who invented blood transfusion, Charles Drew, was in North Carolina, got in a car wreck, needed blood, and couldn't go to the White Hospital and died. And he was the man that invented the blood transfusion and blood plasma. So this is years later what happened with Stevie Wonder. They was like, no, you know, and this was before he did the inner visions and that songs in the kill out. This is when he was getting ready to jump into the major genius superstar. And so the spirit was like, no, we can't have that. You see what I'm saying? So that whole thing went down.
That's when Stevie Wonder did that Secret Life of Plants album. Secret Life of Plants. And essentially we're the plant, right? And let me read this real quick. Functionary, Dr. Blind, melanin. So you can see how much of a plant we are. Human photosynthesis, melanin, human photosynthesis. Chlorophyll is to a plant as melanin is to a human. Chlorophyll is to a plant as melanin is to a human. Chloroplast, chlorophyll cell, is to a plant as the melanocytes, melanin cell, is to a human. Dr. Richard King. The chemical key to life and the major organizing molecule for living systems found everywhere in everything, and fundamentally to the operation of the universe of energy and energy transformation. Energy and energy transformation. We're going to get to that. Watch. Hey, listen, family, I'm telling you, all you got to do is what I'm about to teach y'all right now. All you got to do is do that, and you're going to turn on your superpower. You're going to be like, damn. And I'm going to prove it too, because I can prove it with you in your household right now. Melanin, a molecule we all have, is a byproduct. What you want to focus on is the ability to produce melanin, i.e. your pineal gland work, family. Melanin is, and we're talking about the neuromelanin, essentially. Melanin is an intelligence in itself, in and of itself, as well as the ultimate absorber and conductor of all forms of energy. Melanin is the key to life, and the substance is found in plants, animals, and humans, especially Africans, Black folks, or darker pigmented human beings, while Europeans and other non-African entities produce the least amount of melanin. The higher concentration of melanin also means the higher potential of intelligence. The higher concentration of melanin also means the higher potential of intelligence, creativity, thinking, spirituality, and experience of oneness with all. You everywhere, everything all at once, baby. Hey, you can tap into that melanin superpower you have and really turn up in this bitch if you just do the work. Don't worry, we're going to get to it. Watch this. Melanin allows living things to adapt or evolve, as there is no evolution without melanin, and evolution is only melanin's adaptation to different factors. Even DNA refers to melanin. Melanin civilizes every element from the periodic table within the human brain and body, spirit, mind, and body. The third eye, or the pineal gland, refers to the seeing with your mind. Seeing with your mind. Seeing with your mind. Your brain regulates your thoughts and thinking. Melanin dwells inside of us just as the God self divine does. Unlock our people's teachings, history, and spiritual science, and you'll find active and realize the God within you. Few people know that melanin is more valuable on the open market per gram than palladium, platinum, gold, silver, or coltan. Dr. Blind, a functionary. So yeah, understand this to the core. Like, hey, look, your melanin is your superpower, and that's how you're gonna get things online, by you tapping into your superpower. You feel me? So let's get to the show. So this guy right here, his name is Rapman. And I looked him up a little bit and I was like, oh, okay, the God is really tapped into his genius stuff, right? And when you're looking at the tapes, especially from Bobby in London and things of that nature, you realize them in London, they were trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really have it all figured out as we did in the West. You feel me? And who knows what had happened in that information. They're kind of a different kind of society in the aspect of that whole Caucasian type of European culture thing, right? So they might have been so confused, and then they're hearing this Bobby Hemmett on YouTube, and then they gain this knowledge and gnosis and science itself, right? And that shit, they bring that flight. They flew Bobby and Linda out like quickly. They said, "Hey, we need you over here, baby. You gotta tell us all about that and who we really are." You feel me? So then the young gods grow up and they become this nigga, the Rapman, right? And he's supposed to be a rapper, a director, all of that. But essentially, he's just a creative. That's what you are, family. So now, a lot of times what happens is the jobs, the society, the world, our emotions get in our way of our creative genius. So if you really want to run your world, you're going to have to get in congruency with your emotions. Instead of letting your emotions take you take control of it, right? Because remember, emotions just means to move, and moving is what we're talking about. And as you've seen in that SupaCell show, when they had emotions about things, right? Their SupaCell cut on, and then they had superpowers. Well, what does that look like, Dream? How do we cut ours on? I'm glad y'all asked that, because watch this. So yeah, the young god is he's one of these hip hop rapper artists, right? And he signed to Jay-Z actually in the Rock Nation and everything. So absolutely fabulous work that he put down with the SupaCell, and I can't wait to see season 2. So remember, energy and motion is the key to you manipulating your cells, and manipulating your world. The problem is we succumb to the emotion and we just react in a in a low vibrational way, right? Or in a way that doesn't serve us. You feel me? So a lot of times with this, especially with this society, and especially in the near future, what they're trying to do is not have you emotional, not have you enraged and enthralled, right? Based off of them knowing who you are. So pressure makes a diamond. Pressure makes a diamond. So when you're in these pressurized situations like us in the West in the hood and shit, we essentially can get out of that if we move our feet. Energy and motion, if we're moving, right? So I want y'all to really pay close attention to these young guys today, these rappers and all of that, right? They're manipulating this world really fast in an extremely fast way based off of them moving and not sitting in a classroom. I'm just being as real as possible. I'm an observer of it all. So you just got to observe what's happening. So I seen that young and ace kid or whatever, these young kids, they make these videos so quick. And he did a response video of him actually doing the bidding to the Julio Fulio dude, right? And that nigga messed up Don Julio forever. I said, God damn, I can't even drink that shit no more. I said, fuck, what am I gonna drink now? But essentially what these young kids is doing is they're activating their root chakra so much, but they're not going to another level of consciousness and light. So they're just automatons spinning their root chakra into oblivion, and they're essentially manifesting based off of the music and based off of the images they seen as a kid, and they feel like that's the way to go, right? And really, and the bigger picture of it is the earth, or sister earth, is just killing itself off from all that low vibrational stuff, because essentially we're going to this fourth dimensional rise. So even with this young Asen putting that music video out, he's essentially just putting himself in jail or killing himself off. So that's just the earth responding to low vibrational stuff and saying, look, we're not even on this plane of existence no more. So these young kids, yeah, they manifesting quickly, right? Because I was like, damn, this nigga made that video in 12 hours. That nigga made 2 videos. I said, God damn, these young kids edited and everything. These young kids quick. I'm like, see, so that movement based off of them going with the emotion, even though it might be low vibrational, is bundling them into different situations of whatever we want to call the money coming to them. Hey, I'm just telling you what it is, family. You look at all these rappers, it don't matter who it is. Cardi B as a stripper, right? Man, I heard Meg Thee Stallion, stripper, right? They're moving constantly and getting into different situations that will bring forth an emotion that stirs up their emotion, right? But in the situations, their melanin turns on, and in their melanin turning on, the genius comes on inside of them. So they're able to manipulate the situation, which is them manipulating the bag. Hey, I know y'all didn't just hear what I just said right there, baby. Chaos in the blood, baby. I'm just telling you what it is. Hey, look, you can take it or leave it. I'm just telling you what it is, nigga. You can't just make this shit up. I got partners that's damn near millionaires that's doing their thing, but it's based off of them moving so much and embracing the emotion of the maybe fearful or weird, uncomfortable situation. They're embracing it and they're putting themselves in position to transfer the energy into the bag. So hey, smoke on that, baby. Them boys was taking shots of that nigga, boy. I said, God damn, these young kids don't give a fuck. I said, hey, you know that's the music. That's only music, family. See, we got to look at it. That's the music and the videos in the 2000s, pushing a certain idea in these kids' minds, right? Where they stir up their emotions into a certain level of earth demons. You feel me? And that's all it is. That's all we're seeing right now. You feel me? And like that last video I did, when you're seeing all the names on there where they getting killed by the gun. Yes, they're playing a video game, family. Look, they're looking at this as a video game. They're creating their player in their mind, and they're playing Grand Theft Auto in real life. So they feel the emotion, no doubt. But in them feeling it, they're able to creatively express something else that puts them in position to keep on grabbing these bags. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it without being automatoned out and run the play on yourself, so you can do it holistically, right? Without you being a crash dummy. You feel me? So yeah, emotions, energy, emotion, right? This is the etymology of emotion. Moving, stirring, agitation, from the French word emotion. Emmover, stir up, to stir up, right? You got to stir something up. From Latin, emmover, move out, remove, agitate, right? So you want to understand, right? This emotion is just you moving. You feel me? So what tends to happen is people will just smoke their emotion away or drink their emotion away. So now, right? And you know, the hood niggas, they don't drink at all, right? They might smoke a little bit, but they don't drink at all. You feel me? And their emotions put them in these situations, right, where they have to be able to embrace the environment and situation head on, where their neuromelanin will start processing in their mind, and then they suddenly activate their genius by making creative endeavors happen in that moment. All right, nigga. Chaos in the blood, baby. Hey, I'm just telling you what it is. Hey, look, you ain't gonna hear this shit from nobody else. I'm telling you what it is. This shit is getting activated by their neuromelanin, and they're becoming venom. They're becoming monsters, moon stars, right? Like the sickle cell. And they're running the gambit on their selves. It don't matter what they're manifesting, this, the low vibrational stuff, they still making the play by moving. These young niggas is off the chain. All right. So yeah, here goes some of their superpowers, right? And remember, if you notice in the shows, right, they was constantly moving, and then in their emotion arising, they were in particular situations, especially when they all went to the drug dealers' space to get the cash or whatever situation. They were all falling into that drug dealer's dwelling, and that movement and that emotion of, oh shit, what's happening? Oh God, oh shit. And then all of them just activate their superpowers all at once based off of the pressurized environment that they were in. So then the big guy, or the dude that had the superhero strength or whatever, right? That's the same thing with what's that? Unbreakable. No, it was Unbreakable. No, Glass, the movie Glass. Remember Black Glass, Unbreakable, Split, Glass. So in Glass, Bruce Willis had the superhuman strength, right? Based off of him turning on his, just pretend his melanin, right? His neuromelanin, because he was on the train, and that train activated his kundalini that's uploaded or enlightened his pineal gland to flood that neuromelanin, and now he has a superhuman strength. So watch this. This is what I did in the Mystic Mind Conference. Watch this. Hey, y'all, I know I ain't lying. I did it at the Mystic Mind Conference. Boom. You see your child under a car. Nigga, you got superhuman strength in that moment, nigga. You crazy as hell, boy. That car is getting picked the fuck up. You damn near threw that bitch. So the emotional response of you seeing your child underneath that car, you not even thinking like a human, you become a god. And you literally, you damn near crushed the car. Hey, I'm telling you, that's your superpower, baby. So your emotions, energy, emotion is signaling to you a power or ability to respond, right? Which you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about the emotion. You just have to embrace it. And then your neuromelanin inside of you is going to respond with power or superpowers. So let's say you're on stage, right? And you started getting frightened and shit or whatever. You know how people get that, what's the shit called? Stage fright or whatever, right? And you're in front of 1,000 people and shit, right? And you know, you're thinking about it, all of that, right? The minute you get on that motherfucking stage, your neuromelanin is gonna be activated like a bitch. And you're gonna be in the zone of genius to create based off of the pressurized emotions that you're feeling, and your neuromelanin, your superpower, having your back. Hey, I can't make it up. I did it in the Mystic Mind Conference. Y'all remember I told y'all all of this in the Mystic Mind Conference, right? I said, hey, look, the whole thing is about you dealing with your emotions. Hold on, let me show y'all that real quick before we get too deep into the fold. Boom. In the Mystic Mind Conference, I told y'all all of this. I said, look, your emotions are the gateway, right, to you turning on a superpower inside of you that's going to move you into another level of genius. So how do we deal with them and how do we move them? So watch this. So in this movie, Gen Z, y'all go check it out. It's the same thing with I told the goddess about this too, when I had the consultation with. And I was telling her, you got to watch that Gen Z because that's you. Essentially, your blood is your superpower. So the girl in the Gen Z movie her blood is her superpower, right? Now, a lot of people didn't get this movie because they didn't understand what was actually happening. Their superpowers are activated. Now, you know, you got to be able to use your imagination with everybody, right? So it doesn't matter race or whatever, but if they got it, cool. But I'm just speaking on in the melanin aspect of it, right? So the superpower inside of you is activated by what? your Shakti energy or your sexual energy. This whole show was sexual in nature. Look at the cover. Look at where the boys is at. Pause. I'm just telling you what it is. Hey, okay. All right. Y'all gonna hear this shit or not. See, look, the humans gonna run away from this kind of information because they still in that Benedict Baptist spiritualist. I'm telling you what it is. It's the goddamn sexual energy essence that's part of your superpower, right? To activate certain adventures in this third dimension. Same thing with, when guys hold their seed and cultivate it up, right? They're able to move in a particular manner that will turn stuff on quicker for them as well. You feel me? So in this Gen Z, which is essentially a sickle cell goddess, you feel me, who's dealing with her blood, and the blood is her superpower, they're just showing you what we have inside of us, right? And based off of them being in college and exploring sex and just trying to figure out sex in that aspect of the college life and stuff, right? Then you start to realize, okay, this part of me is a divine part, instead of how the church tried to trick you into believing that sex is bad. You have to embrace that animalistic side like these young gods are doing, right? And use it, or use the fuel to move you into different adventures. Use the energy emotion of sex to fuel you into different adventures that will bring forth the manifestation or the abundance or whatever you're looking for into submission. You'll literally collapse the wave, right? If you're just, if you're in motion, energy in motion, right? If you're moving. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about moving to make this thing in a particle form. A lot of people are just wishing and hoping and putting, essentially when you're visualizing, right? You say you're visualizing a new life or whatever, right? You're trying to you're visualizing. And then you sit on the couch and it's hopeful, man. I can't wait for that lottery to come, baby. I've already put in my visualization. It's going down. Hey, it's going down. I'm about to hit the lottery. Yes. Nigga, that's not how this shit gonna work. Essentially, what you got to do is put in the visualization work, right? Your mental alchemy works, start getting deep into your meditation game. And then you got to beat them feet and then embrace the emotions that come with you being uncomfortable in certain situations. Because the nervousness or the kind of fear situations or the excitable energy situations is actually the joy or pleasure you're looking for. And then and speaking of joy, Inside Out 2, they showed you it in this as well, right? So she was going through puberty, and essentially in going through puberty, that them high schoolers are basically semi-gods or magical gods for real, right? So her going through puberty and going through all these different emotions, right? She starts to feel, uncomfortable or whatever and trying to figure this thing out. Cool. That's where you want to be at. You want to figure that thing out, that emotion. So then what happens? She started playing hockey harder and shit. Hey, she started getting up at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, trying to be the best hockey player and shit. I decoded it on Patreon. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post the video on Patreon after this. I'm gonna post it about 1 o'clock so y'all can really watch that. Cause you know, we had decoded it Saturday. I'm gonna post it at 1 o'clock so y'all can watch it and get down with the get down on that Inside Out too. So essentially, she started getting in her bag. She started trying to figure shit out. But that's the point. Them emotions are supposed to carry you into the vision desire you're seeing from your pineal gland, which is secreting melanin to turn on your superpower. And you move in this world with that getting used to getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Some of y'all just want to sit on the couch and smoke your life away, nigga. That shit ain't gonna work. That shit is trash. You got to get out here like these young guys and beat them motherfucking feet. These young guys is running amok on this earth realm real quick, and then they check it out. So the school teaches you to sit for 6 hours a day. You got 30 minutes of physical activity. You sitting for 6 hours a day. Then you walk to the lunchroom and walk back to your class and sit 6 hours a day. God damn. Our natural existence, our natural being is for us to move. We're hunter-gatherers. That's female and male. So the sun, right, helps us in that, which is why the sun gazing is so important, because essentially it's gonna, nigga, I was sun gazing this rising. Oh my God, nigga. I'm telling you, y'all gotta do it. I'm having sex in the mind, boy. My pineal gland is going off the chain. I'm like, God damn, this shit feel good. I'm like, just sun gazing. That's it. I'm telling you, look, you got to get used to the sun gazing because essentially it's helping your system, right? And you can feel the love that is bringing to your mind. Hey, telling you what it is, baby. Y'all gotta get with this shit. Watch this. Hold on. I'm gonna play this Layla Africa so we can get deeper into the fold. Watch Layla Africa bring the heat.
Life is a health story. It's how you live, how you relate to other people, and how you handle stress. It's nothing wrong with stress. It's just stress in the wrong places. There's nothing wrong with stress. There's nothing wrong with hate. There's nothing wrong with anger. It's just how you use it. We have health, and people are taking our health from us. White people are not evil people. They're just acting white. Dogs are not evil. They're just acting like a damn dog. So get over it. They're just acting like they're white. That's all. You need to act like you're black. That's the issue. Don't try to change anybody. Change yourself. Don't even worry about it. One lesson to know is that if you see somebody do something and you don't understand it, or if somebody tells you something and you don't understand it, or somebody acts a certain way and you just don't understand it, it's because they did it emotionally. Emotions is another logic system from logic. When somebody says, why they say that to me? I don't understand why they said it for emotional reasons. And that's our issue. We do not have an emotional vocabulary. We do not have an emotional expense account. We do not have an emotional budget. We are ruled by our emotions. You do not eat from McDonald's or whatever, the Burping King, all these other freaks, because of logic. You eat from them for emotional reasons. Happy faces, going places, cemetery probably. So what I'm saying is you have to understand this thing called emotions. The hell with everything else. Facts have never ruled the world. There's never been a war fought in history over a fact. Wars are fought over emotions.
The great Layla Africa. I guess his wife is still running his site. So y'all definitely go check out Layla Africa site with all his supplemental products. And then he got this book, which is everybody should already have, Melanin, What Makes Black People Black, Layla Africa. I don't really have to go over this with y'all, but just know that it's a gem. It's a gem, Layla Africa. So yeah, your emotions is what's making you move, right? Your emotions is the key. Just like in the show, they're telling you and showing you that you need to utilize your emotions to get down with the get down, right? So go get both of these books, Straight from the Hard Jewel Fulcrum and Layla Africa, What Makes Black People Black, because they both going to give you the gems and the jewels that you need to understand who you are divinely, right? And obviously I did it in the Mystic Mind Conference a year ago, where I turned up and turned out and showed y'all that you need to put yourself in these stress responses in order to be able to manipulate your world, Look, this is part of my presentation right here. Check it out. Stress and neuromelanin. In addition to his role in the stress response, melanin, specifically neuromelanin, also plays a critical role in brain function and performance. Neuromelanin is a form of melanin that is found in certain regions of the brain, particularly in the substantia nigra, which is responsible for regulating movement. Neuromelanin appears to protect the brain by neutralizing free radicals and other sources of oxidative stress. Studies have shown that people with higher levels of neuromelanin tend to have better cognitive functions and memory performance. This is partly because neuromelanin helps to prevent the loss of dopamine-producing cells in the brain, which are crucial for regulating mood, movement, and motivation. So now when you put yourself in these uncomfortable situations, your neuromelanin starts to activate, and then you will become comfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, but some of y'all don't take the jump. Some of y'all don't make the move. Some of y'all don't shoot your shot based off of you feeling that you're going to look crazy. Yeah, you might look crazy because you're thinking like a human, but if you take the natural shot, if you move, right, just like I explained with the car situation, you see your kid under a car. Well, look, boom, you start with a car. You like, damn, I can't pick that up. That's you human, right? You see that kid under that car? Woo. That shit is damn near thrown over the goddamn river, boy. And you know I ain't lying. Who believe they can't pick it? If you see your kid under a car, that bitch is getting picked up. So what is that? That means you're not human. So now it's just about getting ourselves into pressurized situations to move the car. It says neuromelanin has been shown to enhance communication between brain cells by increasing the speed and efficiency of neurotransmission. The speed and efficiency of neurotransmission. That's you thinking faster, baby. This could help explain why individuals with higher levels of neuromelanin tend to be more mentally alert and able to process information faster. Hello? Neuromelanin plays an essential role in our brain's ability to perform under pressure and rise to the occasion. You're going to rise to the occasion, baby. You're going to rise to the occasion. Look, I used to be in the basketball and shit, play basketball and all that stuff, right? And in games, let's say it was like the last few seconds, I promise you, I would not be thinking at all. I know I would make that shot. Just based off of, it didn't matter what it was, just based off of me understanding, there were me not understanding at that specific age, there was something inside of me that said that hoe is going in no matter what. You seen Damian Lillard make miraculous game-winning shot after miraculous game-winning shot. That's that shit. He feels the pressure, but his neuromelanin says, I'm putting this bitch in no matter what. I'm putting this hoe in. Now, obviously, you have situations where things come awry. Obviously, you see somebody brick a shot or whatever and miss a shot. Cool. That's because they might have been in the human response to this thing. But remember, this is an illusion. So you can actually create yourself to make these particular miraculous things by just being in that pressurized zone of genius that puts you in the flow state. Like we was talking about in the Patreon, that flow state is the the flower. So, or guys, right? If you're trying to make that flow come out of her, the flow her, right? You're trying to make her flow come. Then essentially you got to keep putting yourself in the pressurized zone of genius so you can say something, play it or get her. Y'all niggas being human when you taking your shot. My nigga I used to hate this nigga. He used to be like, he treating you right. Be like, CC, get the fuck away from me, man. What you doing, dog? He treating you right. Nigga, she ain't going for that shit. That shit ain't working. That's because you in your human zone. You in your human mind. You got to get off of that goofy ass stuff. See, us left-handers, we creative. You feel me? We gonna say something. We gonna compliment her on something. You feel me? And move into that zone of genius that actually makes her move and flow with your rhythm. So that means you have to keep on understanding that your emotions is actually helping you. So when you feel nervous, if you actually go for it and take your shot, essentially the butterflies might come, but you will manipulate the time if you get out of your own head. It says neuromelanin plays an essential role in our brain's ability to perform under pressure and rise to the occasion. By protecting the brain from stress and improving cognitive functions, neuromelanin helps us stay focused, motivated, and mentally sharp, even in the face of challenging situations. Go get them Harataki supplements first. Mentalalchemy.com. You can see the product right below you, baby. Turn on your pineal superpower, activate that thing so you can turn on and turn up. Give me some questions, family. Give me some questions. Well, matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let y'all in. Y'all can come on in and ask me some questions. You feel me? I was waiting for I said, my nigga Will, where he at? I said, Will, where you at? So yeah, y'all come on in because my nigga Samuel Will came in last time. That nigga had a bee on him, and I was like, oh, I gotta say, hey, that nigga had a whole bee on him. I was like, all right, look, I was outside. Yes, I was telling the Patreon family this. I was outside yesterday, and I stepped on an ant pile. This nigga Samuel had a bee on him. He pulled a bee out of his hair, and the bee was with him. I stepped on an ant pile yesterday. My foot and my leg got hit up by these ants. I was like, oh my God, Samuel don't got shit on me, boy. What? Them ants was on my ass. Hey, I'm connected to nature, baby. Hey, I'm in my space of genius. What? Nigga, I'm a super conductor. Whatever saying, that nigga pulled that bee out of his, he said, and then the bees was flying. Nigga, I had ants on me to do that. Chaos of the blood. Yeah, y'all join if y'all want to chop. Y'all join if y'all want to chop. Y'all join if y'all want to chop it up with Dream Wise. And also, hey, like the video, family, like this thing up, because essentially, you know, this is going to help somebody. This is going to move somebody. This is actually going to help the family start actually understanding that them feet need to be moved instead of being in a sedentary life where you succumb to the illusion of comfort. This is not no comfortable nothing. You feel me? Look at Beyonce. Think about Beyonce real quick. She put on that whole Renaissance concert 4 years ago, right? And she turned up by her consistently, repetitively moving and falling into the pressure, stress response to put on a masterful show. She don't got to move. She $1 billion up. What she got to move for? She don't have to do these damn concerts. Something inside of her is speaking like, nah, I love this feeling. You feel me? It's a rush. It's a roller coaster. It's exciting. And in her riding the ride, right, essentially, she's going to move into her superpower. What's up, Samuel? Tell me something, baby.
What's going on, Dream?
What's up, baby?
We living the dream. That's what's going on.
Yes, sir. Yes,
We
sir.
living the dream.
You looking
We in
good,
line up
man.
with the message. I appreciate it. I said it. You know, pretty hearts have pretty faces.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You kind of breaking up, Samuel.
Talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You kind of breaking up, Samuel.
That message of purposing the energy, what Dr. Africa was talking about just now. It's not about not.
Samuel, come back in. Come back in. You break it. Come back in, Samuel. You break it up. Come back in. What's up? What's up? E-Mag. What's good, baby?
Dream Wise, what's going on, big dog?
What's going on, man?
Ain't too much of nothing, man. I was thinking about what you had just said about how, you know, somebody, I would be hollering at females in our human thought form. And it reminded me, I think the movie was Con Air. I could be wrong, but I know it was Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And he was on the plane, and I think he had just got out of jail, something like that. But anyway, he was talking to a waitress, and the waitress or the stewardess on the plane, and he told her he could eat a peach for hours. When he was trying to holler, next thing you know, he was tearing her down.
Remember the movie? What was that movie called? Limitless. Remember Limitless? Yeah, when he took that pill, and then essentially in him taking that pill, he turned into a superhero. Shit, he was limitless, and then the female, I guess it was his what would you call it? Hold on, let me.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Essentially, what happened was he would meet the I guess the landlord. Yeah, that's what it was. She was the landlord. And then he just went, why are you always so mad? What's going on? So he started getting into his creative genius, which is just them showing us what we have inside of us. We don't actually need a pill. We just need to turn that thing on to activate, you know, certain geniuses inside of us, which is the neuromelanin. So yeah, nah, that's real. That's real. Hold on, E-Man. Let me unmute you again.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I ain't checked out Limitless in a while. It's been a while, but I do remember that. But I remember that what caught me with Nicolas Cage, you know, I watched it, I was a kid, and I didn't fully understand what he was saying when he told her he could eat a peach for hours. Like, it didn't really dawn on me. And as I got a little older, you know, you start, you know, messing around with girls and all that kind of stuff. And I watched the movie again, just kind of happens. And I was like, damn, that's what he meant when he told her he could eat a peach for hours. And that's why she got so excited. You know, I
I'm
say,
trying to
man,
remember the scene you talking about. I don't even remember I remember the movie. I don't remember the scene.
it's like at the very beginning, they sitting on the airplane. I think he either just got out of jail, broke out of jail. I don't even really remember. I just remember on that plane. It was at the very beginning. On that plane, he was looking at her, and I think he may have had a peach. He may have bit it a little bit, kind of, you know, but he was letting her know, like, I want to tear you into pieces. I don't want to say too much on the internet, you know what I mean? But he was letting her know what time it was. I could eat a peach for hours.
Yeah, but you know, and then that also moves into that sexual genius that I was talking about earlier, because essentially, you know what I'm saying, he became the Khan of the air. He started, then, you know, air is spirit. So he started manipulating his world based off of him. That's fire. I didn't even see, I would have never caught that shit. What I probably didn't even remember that shit. But yeah, that's fire, because even in everything, right? Our sexual energy is the thing that's ruling us or running our show. You feel me? And as we go through this world, the more we embrace it and just kind of cultivated it instead of squandering it, the more we'll get into our superpower, essentially. You feel me?
Right. I feel you.
Yes, sir, God. I appreciate the vibes, man.
I ain't no problem, man. I'm tuned in. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Peace.
One.
What's good, Samuel? Tell me something.
All right, bet. We back.
Mm-hmm.
Spills, making sure I ground certain energies first.
Yeah, you know,
that topic is very specific to me, because as spiritual beings or whatnot, we sign up to go through a lot of shit. And oftentimes what sets us back is not knowing how to process the other emotions that's not just love and joy. That's not just love and light all day. You feel me? Because shit happens. Nigga, life be lifing. You feel me? So it's like, for example, I'm observing Bob Marley. Till this day, that's still the most famous motherfucker on earth. He been passed. He been dead and gone. Why? Because everything he experienced, he put into his cause. He put into his passion, whether it was pain, love, joy. But he got some pussy one night, and every day now we singing Pale Moonlight, because he got some pussy one night under the moon. One night under the moon. Had he never got some pussy that night, we would not be singing that song. So, and had he never purposed the energy of what he was feeling, you feel me? Because there's so much more within our experiences than we allow ourselves to see. You feel me?
Yeah.
Once you start to look around you, once you start looking at the whole spectrum of the electromagnetic wave that's around you, that's not just the visible light of the experience. You start to decipher that bitch for real. You go into darkness and meditate on, like, okay, damn. Everything I was talking about is exactly what the fuck is going on right now. What the fuck can I do with this? All right, I'm mad. Why am I mad? What can I do with this anger? Nigga, I'll write a song, turn the gods up. You feel me? So every day when I'm working out, nigga, I'm charged up. You feel me? So now that energy has somewhere to go. You feel me? You just did alchemy right there. You just transmuted your emotions. And that's where a lot of people need, like, that simple part. If a lot of people understand that, they'll be so much further than they are right now. I feel like the collective is asking for this.
Yeah.
Like, to understand how to process their emotions. That's when you become limitless.
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking about you, because that's what it is. It's like this emotion, right? We, like, humans, they tend to let the emotions just sit them down, right? But even when you was telling the story in the Patreon, you was like, yeah, I was in New York, then I was in Atlanta, then I went to Florida. I was like, this young nigga is moving, baby. I said, hey, he ain't letting nothing sit him down. I said, that's beautiful, dog. And see, that emotion, that movement is putting you in position and in alignment to become the person that you destined to be, or the vision desire that you keep on seeking. You feel me? Or keep on knowing that you are. You feel me? So it's absolutely beautiful, because in them emotional trials that you might feel, right, you might get into your head, or what people do is they tend to let the emotion take them, and then their anger or their thoughts start to overcome their being, instead of them just kind of riding the wave and saying, okay, I'm nervous, but fuck it, I'm still going for it. You feel me? I'm a little
Yeah.
afraid, but I'm still gonna answer this question in my job or whatever these people, you know. Hope she
It's
don't
funny
fire
that,
me, but
like,
fuck it, I gotta speak my truth. You feel me?
yeah, yeah.
Then you get that old lady, she be 67. She be like, damn, I'm about to retire. I need to finally speak my truth. I don't like how y'all been treating the kids. And she finally get to express her emotion. She been holding that
Because she
shit
like,
in
fuck
because
it.
she like, fuck it. Fuck it. They fire me now. Fuck it. You feel me? But she finally get to express it. And then she don't have to worry about that when that the Chappelle show, when things go wrong, whatever it was, you probably too young, Sam, but it was
Nah, look. One of my processes back then was like in high school. Cause I had OJT in 12th grade, and I was on my green juice and every day, whatever. So I come home. I go to school at 7:20. I come home at 10 a.m. Smoke, either go to sleep, meditate. I throw on some like old Dave Chappelle, some like them old time shit, cause niggas just love laughing.
yeah,
And at that time, I needed a lot of laughter in my life because the opposite of that was what I was experiencing. Just pure deep rest. That was literally what my 12th grade was. Deep rest. And someone's window just broke as soon as I said that, bro. That's crazy.
That's fly.
Someone's house window just busted open as soon as I said that.
That's what I'm talking about. Saying, hey, that's spirit. What?
Come on now.
We breaking glass,
because I
baby.
dealt with that. Because I know what to do with deep resting now. Like when you're in deep, you have to honor that too. Your body, your spirit is asking for you to. You've been playing a character that's not in alignment with who you are. You need to shut that shit down and reset. You feel me? Reboot that motherfucker. Reprogram, recode that whole joint. Yeah. And once you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear for real, you start to hear nigga Lil Uzi Vert said, talking about your mind, yeah, you don't own it. Just take your time and gotta decode it, right? Future, I've been programming my mind, yeah, I've been in training. If you really listening, they telling you that they're in the position that they are because they're doing the work. Lil Baby dropped that bigger picture, asking niggas, he's like, bro, I'm already fucked. I'm in this position. I can't say shit. But y'all young niggas know what the fuck time it is. Please say something. He was begging niggas to say something. You feel me? Because once you behind the door, you done already signed them contract. All right, so what can you do? He was like, nigga, ain't too much that I can do, but this is the best that I can do right now. Because it's bigger than black and white.
What you think about that young and Ace dude, Samuel?
The young what?
I think it was named Young. Is his name Young and Ace? The dude that
Young and Ace
thing. Yeah.
You seen the video, right?
You seen the video? Oh, okay. You got.
I've been on a different type of time. I've been working. The sun is in my 10th house right now, so it's like when you said you need to put me in position of like you're gonna hit me up in terms of like my career and shit, like everything that I've been doing leading up to this. Because 2-3 weeks ago, my spirit just told me start going on live, and when niggas is live, just request to hop on they live because I need to say something.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like just share your light, share your story. Someone's gonna hear it. Someone's gonna resonate. You feel me?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's good, Sam. And you know, just keep on flowing in that spirit, and you know, everything will happen the way it's supposed to happen, just based off of you being in that alignment of knowing that you have a bigger purpose to handle. You feel me?
Right.
And then you just 20. God damn, it's like what the fuck?
Yeah, I just turned 22 in January.
God damn, y'all nigga. I said that when I was 22, Sam, I was fucking like this, slumped over. Like I'm nah, nigga, I'm for real. I was not worried about none of like the shit you doing, the sun and all that shit. I wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. You feel me?
I think what happens is we like that part of ourselves. We know that if we look at that version of us, the magnitude of what we have to do, we're not ready for it. Type shit.
Right,
you feel
exactly.
Me?
That's exactly what my ass was
in high school. I used to smoke a lot more than I mean, I still smoke a lot now, but I just know what to do with the energy now. You feel me? Because it's not about not smoking. smoking gets you in a high vibrational state. All right, so now that you're high, what are you doing? You feel me? What are you doing with that? Are you meditating? Are you tapping in? You know, I'm talking to the trees and shit like, okay. Like, niggas just laughing, roasting them niggas, just having a roast session with the trees, the birds, and the bees and shit. Like, are you really in tune with everything around you? Because everything around you is you. You're perceiving it, right? It's in your game. This is happening because I imagined it. I was like, Samuel, just start doing your shit and they will come in droves to support you. I wrote that in my notebook a couple weeks ago. And ever since then, I've just been in the right place at the right time with the right people.
Yeah, that's
Spirit's
beautiful.
Like it's trying to work.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, and keep sharing your story and keep on moving, man, because you know you got that light and you moving in the right direction for sure, for real. But yeah, Sam, we're gonna build, man. We're gonna build soon. Peace. Yes, sir, family. That's the young guy, Samuel. Y'all go check him out. Oh, matter of fact, damn, I was supposed to tell Samuel to share his Instagram and stuff. Y'all go check out my young guy, Samuel, on his Instagram page. And then soon he's going to have a YouTube page too, because the young guy got some heat and some information for the family as well. Let me see if y'all got any questions, y'all can put them in. If y'all got any questions, y'all can put them in. So yeah, family, look, I can't make it up. Just tap in to your venom. Your venom is your superpower. And the more you tap into it, right, the more you're going to turn on. Just like that movie, just like this show, the more you fall in, because remember they was all having all these stressful responses and situations, and oh my God, the world is crumbling, I can't feed my kid, and da, right? But your melanin, and see, they showing you the situation where it might be dire, or it might be this is my last hope or whatever, right? You know, all of that kind of stuff, right? They show you that just to make the story, you feel me, just to keep making the story unfold. But the game of you falling into these adventures with the uncomfortable feeling running the show on your being is where you turn on your SupaCell. Y'all know what it is, family. Peace to the gods.